I finished a book a couple weeks ago by a guy named Mick West. I saw Mick on, or listened to Mick on Joe Rogan's podcast, and thought he was an interesting guy. So I read his book. The book is titled "Escaping the Rabbit Hole," and what he means by that is trying to help your friends escape the rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole being conspiracy theories. And so one of the techniques that Mick talks about using is when you're trying to talk somebody off the ledge or pull them out of the rabbit hole, is find out exactly what they believe in and what they don't believe in. So he looks at, he explores a few common conspiracy theories in the book. Moon landing hoax, 9/11 truthers, chemtrails. He does flat earthers and whatever. So I guess he puts those on a line and kind of organizes them by the degree of unconventionality or whatever. And you have to try to figure out where your friend or family member lies on that line, and maybe use well, look at these guys over here. You know, they're saying the same things about their little pet conspiracy that you are about yours. And anyway, I don't want to go over his whole book, but so he does that, and he brings up a few things that I've noticed over the years. I spent a lot of time reading forums online, Twitter, different websites and whatever over the years. I don't spend my evenings digging through conspiracies, but I've seen some of these things before. And one of the things that are some of the common threads among people that I shouldn't say fall for the theories, because that would go against Mick. Mick's thing is you should use respect when trying to, because if you go in and make fun of people, like to me, people that believe the flat earth, I mean, I think they kind of deserve some ridicule. But and the flat earth is kind of like one of those where I believe that there are just as many people that are trolling with flat earth and pretend like they're flat earthers, but they're really not. I think there's probably an order of magnitude higher than people that actually believe that there actually is a flat earth, right? So you can never really tell. There's a blurred line there with flat earth. So whatever. But there are some common threads, and some of the things that makes conspiracy theories attractive. There's a few things. One of them is if it's sensational, people want to believe it sometimes. You get to believe in something that other people don't believe in, so you feel like you have insider knowledge. Like it's like if these people only knew the information that I knew, they would be on my side as well. Now you could say that would be the same thing about the people that believe the conventional side of the story, that they're only following what other people have told them as well. But I would say that just about everybody on the planet today, just as an example, we'll take flat earth. Everybody that had an education that's alive today was, unless there's a school that I don't know that teaches flat earth, but everybody had the education that the earth is round and it, goes around the sun and not the other way around. And so at one point, every one of these flat earthers believed that the earth was round or oblong or whatever. But something led them away from that belief. They didn't come up with it on their own. I mean, I guess one person may have. Maybe that person reviewed some things, how people used to believe before we realized, oh, hey, look, the star patterns in the sky are such that suggests we are on a round object going around the sun rather than everything coming around us. And so there may be one or two people that kind of came up with this in modern times on their own, but the other people are just following their lead. And you can Google all day long and find websites that will, if you have the bias of, I want to believe in the flat earth, you can find all kinds of stuff that will confirm those biases for you. And then what those people will do is they will say, oh, I'm just doing my research. Look, if a ship goes out, and I don't want to get into flat earth, but you could just go out and look at some of these sites and you'll see some of the reasons that they believe that the earth is flat. And if you go and try and engage them, which I don't think I've ever done it, but if you tried to engage them, they will just make it seem as though you are the sheep that is just, going along with the conventional story of the rounders. I forget what they call us people, something like that. So there's a strong urge when you are researching something, if you have that belief, that deep belief that you want to believe something. UFOs is another good one. I mean, Bigfoot. A lot of people I know, I think Rogan was one of them. He wanted to believe in Bigfoot so bad. And UFOs, you want to believe so bad. But if you really want to be smart, everything that you learn that confirms what you want to believe, you should be more skeptical of that information than you are of stuff that goes against it. Because that's how you become an honest evaluator of information. If I hear something that supports my beliefs and it's sensational, like, whoa, really? Just as an example, let me think, we'll take Hillary Clinton. I can't stand Hillary Clinton, right? If somebody told me that Hillary Clinton was eating babies. Oh, yes. I want to believe that she's that evil. And that's probably a very drastic example. But because somebody shares some information about somebody that you don't like or that you want to have some bad story happen, you got to have the courage or the conviction to say, yeah, this is probably not true. Let me try as hard as I can to find information contrary to what my gut tells me to trust or believe. And I don't think people do that very often, especially when it comes to politics. I gave a good political example. So just because you hold the unconventional position on some fact or some conspiracy theory, it doesn't even have to necessarily be a conspiracy, but a news story. If you are fed, or the majority of people believe one thing, and suddenly somebody else presents you with the opposite view of that, doesn't mean that that's true automatically. And if you want it to be true or not, it doesn't hold any weight one way or the other. Just because you want something to be true doesn't mean it's more likely to be true. But it is, on the other hand, something that we want to be true. You're more likely to believe that. And so you have to guard against that. With this whole COVID-19 coronavirus, there are going to be freaking conspiracy theory. Look what happened. The whole world shut down damn near. There are going to be conspiracy theories the rest of my grandkids' life if I ever have grandkids. And so if you're presented with one, apply heavy scrutiny to it before you ever start believing something. It's so easy to do this. And I try to do it. I think I might make some more videos about some of the theories that I've seen already. And, I often tell myself I'm going to start making YouTube videos again. I've made a lot of them about 10 years ago, and I just haven't got back into it. But anyway, that's just kind of like a preface to maybe what I'm about to make. And if I do, well, I'll let you know.